What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 2 of my Total Warhammer 2 modded Count Noctilus campaign. So as we saw last time, the Bloody Reaver began its bloody reign across the seas, with Count Noctilus taking in some action-packed battles against various other enemies, including both the orcs as well as various, well, I'm not really counting the high elves, but also other undead. So that was pretty fun. We are now going to have to decide what we will do next, as once again, this is a pretty damn open campaign. Generally speaking, I tend to feel that the Lizardmen are a good place to go, and maybe we'll head there, but I think maybe we will also take Poxmarsh for ourselves early. A, because it's right beside us, and we could just hit it next turn if we really feel like it. B, because it's a sort of staging point into the Awakening. And C, I mean, I really like, and when I say C, I mean the C. The thing with the Noctilus is, yeah, you could go around and build your one crazy stack and basically be untouchable in the Galleon's graveyard. But I tend to like to play Noctilus in such a way that you get more stacks early on. And yeah, it's a problem in the sense that other armies will sail down to us eventually. But you know what? I don't really mind. Plus, the benefit of the Awakening is, A, we get special buildings at the Awakening, as well as the fact that it has Vampiric Corruption already. And even though all the enemies will be attacking here, the Vampirates are pretty damn good on the defense, unlike the Vampire Counts, who are a lot weaker in that sense. So, yeah, I still think this is a pretty good option. So in that light, we're going to move to Poxmarsh immediately, I think, and we're just going to hit it. Especially if there's nobody to defend it. Oh, it looks like they have a stack there, and they do have... This is the Vampire Coast Mutineers. I guess they do have a stack in another... location somewhere here. It's not the Awakening. I wonder what else they have then. Oh, they have the Temple of Tlencan. Well, they're welcome to it. We're gonna attack Poxmarsh. What do we do, though? I feel like, yes, we want to get a couple more mortars in here. You can't have too many mortars, after all. Do we need even more mortars than this? I don't know. Can these guys hold the line? Get a 5th mortar? Is that silly? Will that be too many mortars? Once again, is there such a thing as too many mortars? I don't think so. Keep building mortars for now. We have... I mean, we have a reasonably good balance, so maybe one bloated corpse. There we go. I think that's a pretty reasonably silly army. Not that we care, because once again, it's early game and you're the undead. You don't care about losses. You can do whatever the hell you want. Let's end the turn. Let's proceed to Poxmarsh. I do wonder if they'll set up a full stack to defend it. But even if they do... Oh, well. Or wellity. Grom the Paunch. You want money from us. What the hell are you... No, what? What is this? I haven't seen what? I have no idea. I have not seen the AI try to demand money like that for a while. Foundations beset the Galleon's graveyard. We've taken some damage. Well, that's mildly annoying. Repair all that, please. But it happens. And now here's the question. Ooh. Luthor, Harkon, you're probably going to attack Poxmarsh, aren't you? Because you're at war. No, wait, you are in war. So we have options. We could just sit here, land at Poxmarsh, and watch Harkon take it. Because if he takes it, we might then be able to attack him. Oh man, that's sorely tempting. I do wonder what else is in his army, though. The Mourngulls are going to be tough. That is a lot of zombie-powered gunnery mobs as well, and we don't even know what else is in there. It is risky. We do have a lot of mortars, though. Although the rest of our army is not at full HP. You know what, nonetheless, I'm going to try this. We do have that quest, after all. Now, you have landed, Mr. Noctilus. Oh, you could do the dig for treasure. Yeah, why not? Ooh, wait, or you can encamp. Immune to attrition, you will heal up a tiny bit, but barely that. Alrighty, a great hoard may be received, find the hidden treasure, yada yada, 10k and 150 infamy, not too bad. Deckhands were digging all through the night till their rusty spades clanked against an old chest buried in the dirt. The treasure has been found. Curse of the Sea Mist, right, unlocked. What do we have here? Campaign movement range, some Vanguard deployment, None of this is all that big of a deal. Nah. Plus 500 for every building owned from the buried treasure chain. I just think if there's anything here that would help us against Harkon if we were to face him. Well, let's see if he attacks Poxmarsh, and then if he doesn't, we'll attack it ourselves. Otherwise, we have that other Riddle of Stromfells, which is in the Galleon's graveyard, or that other treasure map. And the rest of the stuff we're going to be ignoring, at least for now. Ooh, wait, can you hire your Regiment of Renown or not? I think you should be able to now. So we could technically just delete one of these and then hire the Regiment of Renown if we are to fight Harkon. It is an early fight for Harkon, but we do want this reward after all. Not sure about being able to take the Awakening, but hey, might as well give it a try. Alrighty, I believe that would just end the turn. Let's see what he does. We are losing cash, come on. Okay, you are going to attack it, and you're going to sack it, not kill it. Interesting. I wonder how damaged your army got from that, buddy. You're not in March stance anymore, unfortunately. But this is a pretty decent position for us to be in, especially if he's gotten actually damaged. Mystery Pirate, one of your cronies has sent an intriguing message, Captain. It seems there be a mysterious pirate shadowing our movements, passing through the taverns along the coasts and asking suspicious questions in no friendly terms. We'd best stay vigilant. Alrighty, vigilant we shall stay, but for now, maybe Luthor Harkon was the one who should have stayed vigilant. I'm really curious to see what is in his army, but I am going to do this. And then this. No, we cannot summon you anymore. Damn it, okay, fine then. We'll get you another bloated corpse, or we could get another one of these guys. Ooh. The bloated corpses, would they be more useful in this situation? Hard to say. I really wish we could heal up the depth guard. Another bloated corpse. Now, we have like no melee line, even though the zombie pirate gunnery mob is like a pseudo melee line, because they're a hybrid unit. But I feel like we need more units guarding us, because we do have all these mortars to rely on. I hope they don't have like a billion bloated corpses. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. He probably has at least one depth guard. Also, you keep getting Scupperum, I guess, just to keep powering up our artillery. Damn, if you were leveling up a little bit more, we'd at least be able to, well, ammunition for artillery. Although I doubt they'll run out of ammunition. Yeah. I would have wanted to get Pyromaniac or Utility Belt, but whatever. All good. And now, we could delete you and get you at full health, but I think we're okay. Harkon, you are at war with the Vampire Coast Mutineers and nobody else, and we will attack you, buddy. Declare war. While we're here. And there we go, we got the buff. It'll be a Pyrrhic victory. They do have a Carronade as well as 2 deck droppers. Oh, and 2 units of Mourngulls. That's a little bit frightening. Plus, that's a lot of zombie pirate gunnery mobs. And damn. Alrighty, plus Luthor Harkon is at full HP, although rank 4 only. Let's see what we can do about all this. Obviously, this is going to have to be a cinematic battle. Let's see how Pyrrhic this victory is. Alrighty, here we go. Luthor Harkon definitely made a mistake by staying in the Poxmarsh and not moving it away. And granted, he was at war with these guys, but I feel like the AI should have sensed that we would have attacked him. Now, unfortunately for us and our giant pile of mortars, the entire enemy army is hidden in the trees here. Not only can we not see them, but it'll also be fairly difficult to hit any of them with our, well, our mortars. We are going to try to move up our entire army and try to get a little bit of a scout mission going as well. Look at our Necrofex Colossus just standing in front here. And, oh, looks like he actually spotted something. I think it was a, oh, it's a deck dropper unit. It's kind of hard to see, or kind of hard to tell, I guess, which unit we can actually see and which unit we can't actually see. But I think, yeah, it's the deck droppers that are visible, whereas the all the infantry units are hidden in the forest there. Obviously, we're not going to get too much mileage out of the Necrofex Colossus shooting through the trees there, but that's okay. We just need to set up our army and sort of annoy the enemy enough to the point that they sort of go forward. In fact, I'm going to speed this up a little bit while we march our Necrofex Colossus over here and then over here on the hill, just trying to get around the enemy army essentially to spot them. Right hand, we're going to move up the rest of our army as well, at least until the enemy decides that they want to make a fight of it. And there we go. They are moving around. Can't quite tell whether they're actually moving in towards us or whether they're just sort of repositioning. But that's not bad. It's already getting better, especially as our mortars can now... Hey, I lost the sight. Oh, they're there. Lost the sight of those mortar shells for a second, and yeah, they can see the other unit of deck droppers. As soon as we do a little bit of damage to them with the mortars, ooh, it looks like one of the mortars hit one of them directly. Oh, and it seems with every direct hit, a deck dropper actually, well, drops. Not to the deck, because there isn't a deck, but nonetheless. Just taking a look around the map here. Oh, I remember this map with the warp stone in this little lake here. That's probably not a place you want to take a swim. Alright, and I do think the enemy army should be getting ready to move towards us, and we are going to move up a unit of, or our unit of bloated corpse. Our single bloated corpse, rather. Just trying to catch some of the enemy units here. I did spot with it the zombie pirate gunnery mobs here, but unfortunately the AI does move in its Mourngulls to overtake it. Obviously it's not going to do too much damage to the Mourngulls, although 4,200 HP. Let's see what they have after the bloated corpse collides with a good job to the AI for, you know, intercepting the bloated corpse with a unit that is relatively safe from it. I did, ooh, look at that jump from that Mourngull. And there we go. There's the explosion. I know that I've had bloated corpses explode on units of Mournfang cavalry and do basically no damage. Alright, so they did like 1,200 damage or something like that. Definitely not worth the unit. I was hoping that it would jump in here and kill like 2 or 2.5 of these guys, but alas, not the case. But that's okay. Just because it's identified the enemy, or at least helped with identifying the enemy, and now it's simply a matter of making our mortars do the work for us. I would imagine that the mortars are, after all, going to be better in terms of dealing damage than the enemy gunnery mobs are. And hello, here come the Mourngulls in a fairly large pack. Fortunately, we do have a lot of range firepower. We should be able to bring them down with some focus. The mortars are also dropping in amongst the enemy, and now it's a shootout. Alrighty, here we go. These guys are probably going to get identified in a second. That's when, like, we can't see them yet. And I think we can see them now. They should probably be close up. There we go. As soon as we can see them, obviously, we get the volleys in there. And the damage is pretty big. This unit drops pretty much immediately. And this was the unit that got hurt earlier. I will grant, so it wasn't nearly at full HP. Heck, it was barely at half HP. So, yeah, that went pretty well there. However, there is a full HP unit. We are going to summon the drowned dead around it, though. No, I never noticed that they all sort of came out of this one little blob like that. Man, if you get hit them with like a warp lightning immediately on spawn, and then they'll all die. But anyway, the Mourngulls, unfortunately for them, are distracted by this and are going to get shot up by our various ranged units. There we go. We're going to run out of the more powder buff pretty soon, but it'll be worth it just to make the Mourngulls go away, as they're probably the biggest threat on the field. I was actually holding back our units of melee infantry early to protect the, well, just like the Depth Guard are doing, to protect the mortars, just in case the enemy Mourngulls were to try to move around, make use of that hidden trait that they have. Also going to get that Wraith... Keep forgetting the name of this thing. Wraith something. Wraith Storm support, something like that, on the zombie pirate gunnery. I was not going to do a crazy amount of damage because a couple of them do collide with the enemy enemy trees. Enemy trees? We're not dwarfs. The trees aren't our enemies. Alright, and over here, it looks like Harkon wants a shootout, and immediately, like, he's going to get ripped apart by this. We got like 4 or so units all focusing him down, and granted, their accuracy isn't great, and they are missing a lot, but it should be enough to bring Harkon down fairly quickly. Otherwise, we got Macau Noctilus moving around. I'm not really engaging him in fights, just trying to get him to be able to cast various things at the enemy. Over here, we have a unit of zombie pirate gunnery bombers, as well as the deck droppers going after our Necrofex Colossus, who has taken a little bit of damage, I will admit, so good job to that, although these guys are not going to survive much longer. I did want these guys distracted by the Necrofex as opposed to killing our range units, that's for damn certain. Oh, and it looks like Mr. Noctilus is going to get a cast of one of his spells here. There we go, not too bad. Ooh, a lot of those units go down, and they all get back up, but at least the unit got pretty badly beat up. Oh, and it looks like Mr. Harkon is about to drop as well. Really shouldn't have thought that your one pistol would be enough to fight that many zombies shooting at you with early game armor pierce. Down goes Harkon, and while his insanity will rest for at least a little while. Mortars are doing pretty good, but fortunately with the death of Harkon, the enemy army is going to start immediately either crumbling. Well, maybe not the entire army, but a lot of it's going to start crumbling. We're going to keep summoning a drowned dead and just keep dropping mortar shells all over the place. It's working quite well, I would think. But yeah, especially with Harkon dead, these units are done for. Alrighty, pretty happy with that. And our range support is also doing a pretty good job. We're also going to get those Zufbar 42 pounders. I believe that's the name of the spell. But I never recall, because there's several spells of this nature, and I feel like they're called different things, but Zufbar 42 pounders is at least one of them. Alrighty. Battle's just about over, completely in our favor. They've lost more than half of their troops. We've lost about a quarter of ours, although all of our troops are force expendable. I mean, technically, I guess their troops are also expendable, but, you know, all of our mortars at least have survived. I'm getting a lot of value out of early game mortars like this. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it was a good decision to spam mortars early like this. Yeah, they wouldn't be effective against some factions, but against the other vampirates, they certainly help with winning a shootout. Especially as I would think, once again, that a single mortar unit is probably better at it than a zombie pirate gunnery mob in terms of the amount of value that they provide. Generally speaking, obviously you wouldn't want no zombie pirate gunnery mobs, especially as they were pretty instrumental in killing Mr. Harkon over there. And it looks like the deck droppers are still alive, but now they're being focused down, and they should all drop very quickly like so. And the battle's just about over. Few remaining units to crumble. Oh, they still have that carronade that was here the entire time, but it is also crumbling due to army losses, or disintegrating, I should say, rather than crumbling, due to army losses and the death of their lord. Alrighty. I mean, this all feels right from a lore perspective, i.e. Trying to, you know, take out the competition and make Luthor Harkon serve a Noctilus. This is exactly what Noctilus would do in the first place, and it's kind of what he did in the lore anyway. Not specifically against Luthor Harkon, but with various other entities that he wanted to have them serve him. But anyway, a close victory apparently, as we did take some losses, but all of them pretty irrelevant. None of the elite units died, no losses to the mortars, and even if we did lose some mortars, even if it had happened, I mean, we could have just rebuilt them in one turn. So pretty damn good. Let's see if we can capitalize on this, shall we? Alrighty, looks like the first of the pirate showdowns goes in our favor, although there wasn't a direct showdown between Luthor and Noctilus, because Luthor, being insane, decided to have a shootout with, you know, hundreds upon hundreds of zombie pirate gunnery mobs. So, yeah, that was never going to end so well for him. Let's take the although our cash is pretty damn good. You know what, 8% is also kind of not worth it, so yeah, let's just ransom the captives, take the cash for ourselves. There we go. Very nice. And one down, X to go. Magic resistance plus 25% for Noctis is already quite worthwhile in and of itself. Now, what do we get for you in terms of your upgrades? I did want to keep moving through your magic line. And to be honest, I don't think that's going to change. It would not be too bad, I suppose, to get the Withering, although we do want to max out Nahek and Drown Dead either way. I feel like he'll have enough points to do that regardless of this anyway, so I think we're good. Alright, do you want to raise any more dead? You can... Well, it's probably pointless to raise a... Can't get one of these guys. You know what, let's just, let's take Poxmarsh. At least this way we'll be able to heal up. Wait, did they lose their other territory or no? Yeah, this looks like it belongs to Luthor Harkon now. Yeah, it does. So you only have the one territory, then why are you so strong? What the hell? No, you have two territories now. Huh. Looks like Luthor took that, but they didn't lose their army. Okay, well, we're going to take Poxmarsh. Looks like we're getting a bunch of war declarations early on, but hey, it is what it is. We'll auto-resolve this, I think. Nobody should die. Yeah. That one, let's face it, was not worth fighting. We are not going to establish a pirate cove yet, but we will send heroes. Hey, ogre mercenaries. We will send heroes to establish pirate coves in Lothern and in Nagaron as soon as we possibly can. Already pretty happy with that.
These brutish nomads are as strong as they
Yeah. No, ogres, strong, brutish. We got it. Alright, let's keep leveling. And what the hell is this? Yeah, okay. We are going to go through evasion. Gotta get that Pit of Shades and that Wind of Death up as fast as possible. Otherwise, what can we do over here? You, mister, are gonna get Lucky Spyglass. There we go, beautiful. Buffing up all of our missile troops as well. If we can take that Awakening early on, it's gonna be real nice. Wait. Is this a battle marker? It is. Doesn't seem like there were that many casualties. Well, let's hope it gives us something a little bit nicer than what we got. I'm actually kind of tempted to build yet another mortar. The mortars are really good against the enemy vampirates in particular. You know what? Just for one turn, let's do this. So you guys are going to join together into one unit. You guys are going to join together one unit. We're going to delete you. And then we are good. I think we'll raise some more dead next turn. Probably not any bloated corpses this time around, because we need them. We won't be needing them for the Awakening, although maybe one just in case we fight. Well, I mean, the Rotting Prometheans are going to be an annoyance to deal with, and the Depth Guard, and the Sirens. So maybe they'll still have some use. All of the Sirens we can probably kill with Noctilus's magic. Alrighty, well, it's on the turn, and let's get to it. We gotta head out there before the rebellious units come in. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit weird owning actual territory with Noctilus, especially early on. But you know what? It's not like we'll care that much if a bunch of enemies sail over here and take it away from us. Hey, Mystery Meat. Oh, come on. Don't actually want the campaign movement range reduction. That hurts more than I'd like to. Ooh, could force them into a field battle. Huh. Now the question is that better than a siege battle or not? Well, the thing is with the field battle, interesting question.
Against the code.
Maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's a bad idea. We'll get more use out of our bloated corpses in the field, but they'll get a lot more use out of various units like the Depth Guard and stuff that we won't be able to shoot down. I feel like the siege will probably be more advantageous to us right now. So in that light, let's get ourselves another sacrificial zombie pirate deckhand bomb to bloated corpse, and then let's head to it. I say we try to do this via... Can you land if you go here, or are you one turn short? Well, we're about to find out. Go right here, and then you're going to try to land on the Awakening. I think we might not be able to get there. I wanted to get there in a single turn, but if it's not possible, it's not possible. Come on, come on, come on. Oh. Yes, you can. Okay, it'll be a valiant defeat, eh? Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about all those bloated corpses, but we do have the advantage of the mortars, which will be able to, shoot all their walls up, which is pretty great. Technology as well. We need some research going. Public order. Don't really care about that. Construction costs for... You know what? Let's do that, I think. Probably the best thing we can get early on. Although... Leadership +6 for all units in army is also not too bad. You know what? Maybe we'll go for first mate first, actually, especially since we have a lot of real garbage units right now. And the Marines' upkeep is also pretty damn nice. How much infamy do we have? Well, we won't have much after this. But it'll all be good. Alrighty, we're going to attack this. However, we will have to make a cut here. Because the previous battle was a cinematic battle, we might as well watch this one, too. Still a little bit concerning, but I think we can pull it off, especially with the strength of our artillery. So here comes the cut anyway. Alright, there's the cut, and let's see if we can make this happen. I obviously don't know whether we actually can. There are a lot of units here that are going to be kind of problematic, like the Rotting Prometheans, and just the fact that we can't really dish out enough damage to them. But hopefully, if we can manage to kill all the enemy lords and deal out severe damage to the enemy army with our mortars, we'll be able to capitalize on all this. It would be really, really nice to own the Awakening early, as it would probably be a rich enough province to fund a second stack. While Noctilus goes pirating, we could have Luthor, Harkon, or another stack just sort of sit here and annoy things and generate money. That'd be all great. Let's see if we can make it happen. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see if we can make this work. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit concerned here. I know I've been singing the praises of the mortars, but to be fair, early game vampire mortars are kind of garbage, especially compared to basically any other form of artillery. So we'll see just how much damage they're able to dish out, and especially with their low accuracy. Although we do have our gunnery wight sort of standing there, buffing them up the entire time. Nonetheless, it's very concerning. We're obviously going to target all of the towers first. I'll love to see these mortars firing. Ooh, although... Oh, I just realized that I made a mistake. I shouldn't have targeted the towers with the mortars first. I should have let them shoot until they ran out of the more powder buff, or the... that increases their power, essentially. Then I should have switched to attacking the towers, because I don't think the more powder thing does actually really do anything for them. Whatever. Alrighty, I love watching this bombardment of the vampire city. I generally love vampire architecture in general, but obviously the vampire architecture is also pretty damn cool with all these like ships and crazy bits into the standard vampire architecture. It's quite lovely. Ooh, is that supposed to be a crazy lighthouse sort of thing? Everything's awesome. But anyway, it really looks right to see this sort of vampire city getting hit by like a bunch of mortars at the same time. This is exactly what you expect to see. Anyway, towers are starting to take damage, 90%, but there's plenty of bombardment to go. I think we'll watch the towers crumble and then maybe watch a few units die, but then afterwards we'll probably speed up through this because it's gonna take a while to actually run out of ammunition. Especially as we do have the replenish ammunition ability as well. I'm not even targeting any specific units. We're just going to let the mortars do their own thing and, well, hopefully hit something. Not a lot of those hit anything, to be fair. Let's see if some of these do. Almost. Oh, that one almost did, and so did almost that one. Oh man, yeah, I can see why they don't dish out a lot of damage with accuracy like this. It really does look cool though, with them just sort of dropping all over the place instead of being highly accurate, ironically enough. Alright, getting some hits there. Maybe the gunnery wight is helping them out with those enchanted ballistics, and I suppose any stray shots that were hidden here could always hit back here, so yeah. Anyway, let's check out on our ammunition. Well, we have about, wait, that's the gunnery wight. And the gunnery wight has replenished the ammo of this mortar because it has the highest number of chevrons. But anyway, we have like 60-70% ammo remaining, and I'm just going to speed this up while the bombardment continues. We're obviously not going to approach while this occurs, and just judging by the amount of damage that they're dishing out, which is clearly not a lot, it's looking like we're going to have to be killing a lot of the enemies manually. Just kind of concerning. Ooh, those Zufbar 42 Panners fire into the biggest mob that I could find. We also lack a lot of magical support in terms of magical damage, i.e. Noctilus does not have his Pit of Shades or his Wind of Death yet, so that's really unfortunate, as being able to rely on those would have really helped there. Alrighty, looks like the mortars are almost able to take out a couple of units here, finally. Some of the first units. Let's see how much damage we've done in terms of troop kills. About, let's see, not a lot. Not a lot at all. 400 dead so far for 6 units of mortars, although they still do have quite a bit of ammunition. Man, they're at half right now. Okay, well, it's going to take a while yet for them to run out. Yeah, it will be very nice and effective once we have a bunch of them that are very high chevrons, as well as getting even more buffs. But otherwise, the bombardment continues. I'm actually surprised that the walls have taken the sustained bombardment for this long and have not gotten any breaches in. I guess because the mortars are relatively weak in terms of, speaking of artillery, that they haven't been able to dish out too much damage. And the Necrofex Colossus has also been firing, and I told it to attack the gate, which is at 85% now. Maybe that was a mistake, I don't know, but it wasn't like we were going to get the mortars to attack the gate, because they'll miss 90% of the time, and it's not like they would have achieved anything. Alright, how we doing here? Looks like at least a few enemy units. Oh yeah, almost 1,000 dead. That's not too bad. One of our units has lost all its ammunition. We still got a few more able to fire. These are the ones that are been replenishing, or at least a couple of them have been replenishing. And there we go, another enchanted ballistics. Alright, we've certainly softened up the enemy target. I mean, ironically, that's like, what? There's 6 units, so it's almost a third of our army, and we've killed a third of their army. So honestly, it actually seems pretty even right now. Yeah, because these mortars won't add anything after they have thrown out their ammunition. That's actually pretty good. I like the fact that it remains even after the mortar bombardment, which should end any second now. Keep in mind that we've been at fast forward this entire time. These guys are taking a while. 14. Man, imagine if we had another gunnery wipe. Just keep replenishing those ammunitions. But also that would allow us to keep permanently using enchanted ballistics, which would really help. Stray shots dropping down in here, but not dishing out too much damage. Alrighty, almost that even 1,000 dead there. And we're gonna start moving forward now. Now that we're basically out of ammunition, ooh. I just wanted to see if the gates looked a little bit different from the vampire gates, but now I'm kind of blanking on what the vampire, like regular vampire gates are supposed to look like. These don't really have enough sea motifs, in my opinion. I guess it kind of looks like a depth guard helmet, so sort of. But yeah, plenty of enemy units still remaining alive, and we're just about out of ammunition. And yeah, I know it's been boring waiting for the artillery bombardment to stop, but we had to wait for it, especially as they were never gonna do a crazy amount of damage. Man, I'm worried about these rotting Prometheans. It's going to be very difficult to kill them. We also have to remember that our Necrofex Colossus is not at full HP. Already going to start moving in our range units now that the Gunnery Wight is here to support them with even more enchanted ballistics. And as soon as they stop, which will be in a second, and here we go. Going to start on the shootout here as well. Some of our units are obviously going to drop, but soon they'll be able to fire back, especially when the gunnery mobs that are forward get there. There we go. There we go. Firing up into all of this. I found it very weird how bullets drop in this particular game. Like, they curve downwards, right? They drop, they don't just fire straight on. And yes, I'm aware that bullets do drop, but it doesn't feel like they should be at this distance, although maybe. Maybe this is enough distance for a bullet to drop. It's honestly kind of hard to judge distance, although I guess if this is the size of a person, maybe this is about that time. Especially, yeah, you know what, to be fair, these are probably all muskets and all that sort of stuff, although kind of shocking that muskets can still fire when all the powder is wet and everything, especially. But anyway, what do I know? Maybe they're probably magically supported somehow, so it's a magical powder. Alrighty, and we're moving in. Still got more powder on most of our units, and while a lot of the enemies are alive, but at least they're not dishing out too much damage to us. 92% on the gate. It looks like our Necrofex Colossus is shooting at point-blank range repeatedly, and it should go down soon. There we go. And let's see what it looks like when he breaks through. I can already see that arm. Alright, depth guard waiting here, and... Ah, man, Kool-Aid Man is here. Ooh, nice shot right as it moves in. There we go. There we go. Send all those Graveguard flying. Ooh, but a unit of Sirens moves in, which is not as great for it. It does not deal magical damage after all, but Luthor Harkon, I believe, does currently deal magical... No, he doesn't. Wait, do we have nothing that deals magical damage? Well, that's going to be an issue. We are, in fact, going to immediately run our bloated corpse in, and I know that maybe we should save it for a bigger blob of units, but I figure if we can get rid of these Sirens, that might be a little bit more valuable. We still got a lot of enemies to break through, especially after this bombardment. Look at the balance of power. It's still completely in their favor. Well, not completely in their favor, but very much in their favor. That's for damn certain. Alrighty, at least the shootout here is going in our favor, despite all the Merlins protecting the enemy mobs. They are quickly dropping, so at least I'm happy with that one. And we're also going to move in our melee troops to get ready to go in. Alright, how are we doing out here? Ooh, it looks like our Necrofex Colossus did get charged by those Rotting Prometheans and is actually losing a lot of leadership. It's in weak binding due to being attacked in rear, and it's at about half HP as well. Definitely have to be careful. They're dropping an Invocation of the Heck to try to keep it alive. Bloated Corpse, fortunately, coming in, though. Alright, and it looks like Noctilus is being screamed at by all these Banshees. Gonna move our own melee troops away as our Bloated Corpse moves in. Oh, and I missed it, but an enemy Bloated Corpse actually exploded. But I wanted to see our Bloated Corpse on the Sirens there. And there we go. Let's see how effective this is. Look at that one Graveguard go flying while all the Sirens explode. Or at least most of them. Or did the unit just straight up die? I think the unit just straight up died. Alright, that was pretty awesome. Alright, there were a few enemy units remaining here, but an enemy Bloated Corpse decided to run up and hit the Necrofex Colossus, which did not end well. And just like that, the way into the city is more or less clear. Noctilus moves in. There are a few Graveguard remaining to fight, but we can always summon the Drowned Dead to help us out. Noctilus, you were supposed to do that on cue, buddy. On cue. Oh, wait. He already did it. Okay, never mind. Or was that a zombie-powered deckhand mob that was moving in from here? I think that was just one that moved in here. We got one here, we got one here, and we got... No, this is a third one. So yeah, this was a summoned one. Yeah, so it was, I guess it happened before on cue. I remembered it happening, I just missed the actual summon. Alrighty, well, let's keep clearing this front portion here. It's still gonna take a while. There's still plenty of troops remaining. They have more depth guard. We still have those Rotting Prometheans. Oh, and looky here. Yet another Bloated Corpse moving in. Fortunately, on our summoned units this time, I think, and not our unsummoned units, but this will hurt their units as well. Oh man, I always hate suicide units in the game. They're such an obnoxious thing, but it is still quite funny, especially when you are playing the undead yourself. Like, if we were playing something like the Elves or something, and that was like our units of Swordsmasters of Hoeth or something, that would be really annoying. It also reminds me of playing against the Skaven and trying to be super damn wary of enemy warp bombs. Can't send any elite units in or they'll just get insta-killed. Not the most fun mechanic, I will personally admit. But once again, when you're the undead, you don't care about losses. Alrighty, and there we go. The Rotting Prometheans coming in once again. This time, fortunately, we do have our gunnery mob, or not our gunnery mobs, our deckhands mob, to sort of distract them while Noctilus and the Necrofex Colossus move in. Over here, we also have our, I believe this is the summoned unit of deckhands. It's just going to try to distract the enemy long enough. We are going to try to drop some magical artillery, Wraith Storm support, or whatever the hell it's called, right on top of them. I actually expected that this would do more damage to the Sirens, but they barely took any damage from that. Considering how much damage we saw it deal to our own depth guard earlier, I'm a little bit disappointed there. Alrighty, there we go. Rotting Prometheans doing some damage. Oh, and this is a regular Rotting Prometheans, not a gunnery mob unit. Which is explaining why they're moving in like this. Ooh, I love the point-blank shots from this guy. And, ooh, here we go. Our gunnery white is in, chucking some of its patented explosives at the Sirens, just trying to dish out the damage, because once again, we do have trouble doing really anything to them, because we don't really have any magical ability. And there we go. The Cackle Fruit are in as well, and I did not mean to stop it, but it's kind of a nice shot. It almost looks like these guys are dropping down from this tree. I guess all the nooses got loose. The noose is on the loose. Oh, man, alrighty. And here we go. Kind of missing the Sirens. They're a little bit disappointed. Oh, wow, you got exploded, though, buddy. A little bit disappointed in that, but not to worry. The gunnery white has plenty more where that came from. Also, it's kind of hard to tell because of the these various undead don't really have very different color schemes. Like, it's genuinely hard to pick apart the units. Like, I can't tell who's who here. Ooh, and there we go, a magic cast from Noctilus, doing a little bit of damage, just trying to get these sirens to crumble and disintegrate. Would also be nice to be doing some damage to those depth guard, but it is gonna take a while. Fortunately, now the balance of power is starting to move in our favor. The rotting Prometheans are still alive, and our Necrofex Colossus is taking damage, so this portion of the battlefield is definitely still something to worry about, but at least most of their infantry, I think, at this point, are being taken care of. They do have another unit of rotting Prometheans back here and another few units. Plenty more bloated corpses and a couple of admirals. And another unit of gunnery mob with handguns waiting. But I think we're doing okay. We're also going to send a couple of units of our own handguns up onto the walls so that they can climb here and fire down to essentially help with this. Because otherwise the depth guard are going to be kind of a problem. Did I speed it up by accident? Yeah, I did. Oh, and we also finally sent in our own depth guard. Now that I felt safe enough from the enemy bloated corpses that our elite unit of depth guard wouldn't get insta-killed, we send them in to attack the enemy rotting Prometheans, who, upon being attacked by the depth guard, start losing a lot more HP than they were losing previously. And the depth guard, ironically, not taking too much damage from them. So I'm pretty happy with that. We also have our little support unit up here who will add a little bit of fire into the enemy with their magical non-water logged muskets. Actually trying to see the format of the guns here. Are they flintlocks? Like, I would expect that these guys would have flintlocks in this sort of time period. I think they are. I think I can see the portion where the flintlock is supposed to be, but it's really hard to zoom in, unfortunately. I really should, as per the suggestion in the comments, use that camera option. Oh yeah, there's the flintlock. Yeah, it does appear to be that sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know how those are firing, but anyway. Alrighty, and with that, the Rotting Prometheans mob with the fire support, and now the addition of the Depth Guard with the Necrofex Colossus and with Noctilus supporting them, are just gonna break apart. Finally, yeah, get one more shot point blank, or 3 more shots point blank. Wow, okay, the Necrofex Colossus is a little bit upset about what's been going on thus far. And there we go, looks like their units are still fighting on this side, but we're slowly making headway. So a few of our units are being wiped out, but that's okay. They're only gunnery mobs and deckhands and all that sort of stuff, and now we move our own depth guard plus the Necrofex plus the plus our Lord in here. Ooh, nice little stomp from the Necrofex Colossus, and it's just time to kill off the enemy depth guard now. Definitely gonna have to be careful with them though, because our own Necrofex could take a lot of damage to them, as we saw them dish out the damage to the rotting Prometheans there. Ah, you gotta love those shots. Turned out to be a pretty damn nice battle. We actually had to work for it. I was originally thinking that, yeah, maybe the mortars would do enough damage that we didn't really have to work for this, but we absolutely had to work for this every which way. Alrighty, now we're through, and the balance of power is starting to shift in our favor. They don't actually have a lot of units left, 346, although some of those are the more elite units, so we do have to be careful. And this is, like, all that still, the balance of power is still basically even. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to do now that we're through is move everybody in, obviously, but also set up our gunnery mobs with handguns up here so that they can fire down. If the enemy starts to stream in down here, we could sort of block this off and have these guys add fire support, or otherwise we could just have them attack. See how that works out in a few seconds. Now you guys go up there. Don't get charged by the rotting Prometheans. We've already seen just how effective they are earlier. Once again, another +1 for the vampiric plus, well, I guess vampirate architecture in general. I mean, this is pretty freaking awesome. Is that a Balefire Brazier? What is this? Kind of looks like it. Or the vampire version of one, anyway. Plus, I love this little graveyard here with the freaking ship sort of sticking out like this. Everything about this is awesome. Alrighty. How are we doing here? Alright, you guys are now up on the walls. You are drained, because I guess you were one of the ones that did climb up, but that's okay. And now we're just going to try to dish out as much damage as we can to the Rotting Prometheans, who do appear to move all around a little bit and may want to go in. and we probably could have used... I always get kind of sad killing the poor little hermit crabs. I love those little guys. They're adorable. Too bad for them they're not gunnery mobs, I guess, is what I was about to say. Alrighty, and we moved in over here in the hopes that we could sort of draw these guys in while our units continued firing on them, but they do seem to want to stand still here and just take shots. Kind of unfortunate. I guess maybe they don't want to charge this for some reason because we have a lot of elite units there. Kind of hard to say. But whatever, I guess we'll sort of take advantage of this, and I do mean sort of because we are going to move Noctilus, who you can see is sort of trying to move through our own gun line here. He's trying to rush forward. I was gonna send Noctilus to sort of annoy them with his halberd. Get him, Noctilus! Oh wow, speeding up there, ain't ya? I want to see him charge. Noctilus really worked for this battle, so or for this territory, so we might as well give him some time to enjoy himself. Oh, there we go, a charge from the enemy rotting Promethean as well, knocking him back, but not off his feet. Really too bad that you can't, like, capture units. I've discussed this, I believe, with the Vlad campaign. I think other campaigns I mentioned it as well. It would be really nice if undead could essentially take over each other's units, sort of in the way that you can capture artillery from the same faction. Because the way that undead work, they can absolutely wrest control of minions from each other. We have plenty of book examples of this happening. So I'm just going to continue ranting about that in every undead campaign I do until that's a thing. Alrighty, starting to move in now, and it looks like the balance of power is very much in our favor now, or at least 60-40 or something along those lines. And we just have to get rid of these bloated corpses and gunnery, well, not gunnery wights, they wish. That many gunnery wights, that might pose a bit of a problem. Just gunnery mob. Alrighty, we're going to summon another unit of drowned dead. Kind of nice that we actually have not run out of mana at this point. And we're just going to use them to charge in, and just to block these guys from firing while we get our own units sort of positioned. Plus, if the enemy wants to use those bloated corpses, much better to... oh, look at them firing on Noctilus there, right through those houses. Yeah, if they want to use those bloated corpses, like this one, might as well use them on our summons. And that basically instantly kills the summon, and it also slightly clips their own unit. In fact, it nearly kills their own unit, who is in critical binding now. Noctis is going to run up, he's going to get hit by a bloated corpse. They both jump together. Alrighty, and there's the explosion. I wonder how much damage that actually did to Noctis. That actually did like, I want to say, I don't know, 15-ish%, maybe even... yeah, something like 15-ish%. Not too bad, actually. If they were to use all of their bloated corpses on Noctis, they might actually be able to, well, maybe not bring him down, but otherwise damage him. And it looks like the enemy Vampire Fleet Admiral... oh, I wanted to have him duel Noctilus over here, but it looks like he starts crumbling, unfortunately. I think that they've now suffered enough army losses that they don't want to play anymore. You should just lay down and, you know, or beg to serve Noctilus. Or lay down and die, as I was trying to say. Alright, here we go. We're also getting some hits from our gunnery wight over here. He's trying to snipe the enemy Vampire Fleet Admiral as well. And look at the Necrofix come up. Ooh, nice shot. Oh, and it looks like he shot and then and then Noctilus brought him down with a swing from his halberd, and the battle should be just about over like that. The chain rout is essentially here. The enemy army is disintegrating, the equivalent of a chain rout for the undead, and it'll just be a matter of a few seconds. The enemy lord over here died, I guess, disintegrated, and I think the last unit left is this bloated corpse here. Well, I guess we can speed up through the rest of this. Or, wait, or we can watch the gunnery wight take a few shots at the bloated corpse, can't we? Oh, gunnery wight. Might as well, buddy. You did good. You did good supporting all those other units, so take a few shots, would you? You've earned it, McMaggot. I love your name. Ah, can't do it from this angle. Alrighty, take an aim. Make it a sweet time to aim, and there we go. There's the bullet. Let's see how much damage you're gonna take. Should be a decent amount. Ah, pretty good, actually. That was, what, not 25%, but maybe like 20% damage. A few more of those will take care of this guy. Another shot in there. How quickly do you shoot, by the way? Nice, and another one. Well, with you disintegrating, the next shot will take care of you. Actually, I gotta keep this in mind, that the Gunnery Wight by himself deals enough damage to be able to take care of a bloated corpse, well, especially while it's disintegrating, before it can reach your battle line. Definitely don't need to retarget a ton of units, especially if there are a bunch of bloated corpses. But anyway, a close victory, and definitely a close victory because we did lose a bunch of units, but a well-earned one. Everybody did their job. We ran out of ammunition. We ran out of a bunch of units which got destroyed. The Necrofex Colossus almost died. Noctilus was fine, and so was the Gunnery Wight, but there was a lot of damage going in otherwise. So I'm pretty damn happy with the way this battle turned out, and I'm glad that Harkon, you know, while not in this location himself, that his faction had one final fight to give us before being subjugated and becoming subsumed and assimilated into the Dreadfleet.
Powers devour all.
Ooh, gotta be honest, the mortars did not do nearly as much as I thought they would. 20k damage max about, well, we got 28k on one of them, but then 11k on the other one. The only reason this one has 28k and this one has 24k was because I was using replenish powder, or whatever the replenish ammunition ability is called, on these two mortars. Why these two? Because they have the higher chevrons than the rest do, and therefore they are likely to do more damage, and thus they deserve more powder. Alrighty, well, with that though, we do get to take the Awakening for ourselves. We're not going to establish a pirate cove or sack it or anything. We are just going to take the province. There we go. Faction destroyed. The Awakening, Curse of Eternal Service. Tales of crew who serve under undead pirate captains state they were press gang to remain under the sway of their admiral, not just for decades but forever. It is best then to embrace such fortune. What does this actually do? Right. Curse of Eternal Service, loyalty when not decline, public order, recruitment cost. You know what? I don't think we care about any of that. At least not right now. We can build zombie pirate gunnery mobs here, but why bother building them when we can raise them from the dead? Now the funny thing is, do we need to have this many mortars against non-vampirate enemies? That's the real question right now. Well, either way, we do want Pit of Shades and Wind of Death. Let's get Pit of Shades first and then on to Wind of Death. Those would have both really helped in that particular battle there. It's a long time until we can get our Necrofex Colossus mount, unfortunately. Otherwise, I do want to move through to this utility belt, so let's go for Powder Keg and another use for more powder. Oh, that's the ability. That's what it's called. And then we'll get at least 1 point in Shark Bait. We'll see about the rest as we go. Yeah, we should have enough points for pretty much everything in the street, to be perfectly honest. Doesn't look like its trees take that much. Do we need to raise you? We have money. And now that we have the Awakening, we will be making a decent amount of cash. Now I want to see what the special building here is. Do we even get a special building here? Let's see what we have here. Pirate Fortress, that's a regular building. I swear there was a special building somewhere. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. This location is of special importance. It's not the port itself, I believe, unless it's talking about the Awakening itself, which I don't think it is. Defense, a bunch of the regular stuff. Infamy gain plus 50 per turn. I feel like these could be built everywhere, but I'm... Yeah. Weird. Alrighty. Well, regardless, we are going to delete this rusty pistol trove. And although local horde, no, local. Wait. Scurvy dogs. What allows us to build scurvy dogs? It's the Awakening. Oh, zombie-powered gunnery mob as well. Alrighty, well then. We can just recruit some local stuff instead of raising the dead. Let's get to, let's say, a couple of these and a couple of scurvy dogs. We basically lack any... oh, man. Okay, fine. One scurvy dog. At least one. They do a lot of damage. Do we even need them right now? I feel like we're probably better off getting even more zombie-powered gunnery mobs right now. Yeah, let's do that. A very gun-heavy thing, but I feel it's pretty much appropriate. Alrighty, well, with that, we have no choice but to end the turn because there's nothing left. Let's start building up our province here. It's already making decent cash, but I'm sure it can be making more. Ooh, the Blessed Dread are gonna attack us, aren't they? Ooh, also, how are we for time? That battle took a long time, didn't it? It was a pretty tough battle. Alright, there we go. Ooh, hello. Ooh, now that's the question. Ahoy there, we've come across an enemy encampment devoid of life and littered with corpses. Half of our bodies are scattered about the clearing. The fallen dead were elite riflemen. Surely one among them will be used to us, or perhaps we should seek out the creature that caused this massacre. Well, logically, if the creature killed everybody, including the elite riflemen, and then said creature would be better. I would like to get another gunnery wight, but I would also like to get a Mourngull Haunter. These things are pretty damn useful, especially at killing enemy lords while a Noctilus does his own thing. Oh man, that's a hard choice. I mean, the gunnery wight would also really help out our early game with regards to the gun line. Mourngull Haunter might not be helping out as much. I'm very tempted to just go for a second gunnery wight. At least for now. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna get a second gunnery wight. And there we go. Accept the refugees of the Awakened. And here we go. Oh, Grant's first mate. Beautiful. Luthor Harkon is now available. Yeah, see, this is kind of a parallel to the Vlad campaign in that... Ooh, what do we have here? Captain Drekla. Oh, I guess Captain Drekla should probably stay with Harkon. Fine. Fine game. Now he's wounded for 8 turns, unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, 8 turns, so it'll be a while. But he can just defend here at the Awakening while we do our own thing elsewhere. That was pretty nice. What do you guys have? I just want to see if there's anyone that's at a higher level than 1, but no, it doesn't look like it. It looks like Harkon only had Harkon himself. That's okay.
Dreadlord Ascendant.
Alrighty, now where did we... Wait. Did we not get a second gunnery wight? Is he hiding? Where's our new gunnery wight? Gunnery... Oh, you're right here. Well, that's not too bad, because we actually had to dig for treasure here. Go figure. Well, I'm glad that he spawned in Galleon's Graveyard, then, because we don't have to go back here. That's lovely. Alrighty, and another 15,000 treasure and some infamy. Lovely to get that amount of cash. We can also research our next bit of tech. The question is, what do we want? Campaign movement range from Seascape Artist. Ooh, now that's pretty damn useful. Let me just check here. Sentries in Command. If we could get that before Luthor Harkon, I guess... Do we rank him up at rank by 5? Or technically, we're not recruiting a new lord, though. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to work. Okay, fine. Marines upkeep, that's all fine. Growth is all fine as well. Yeah, I'm going to say we're going to go for the Seascape Artist. Yeah, there's other good stuff here. And don't get me wrong. But I feel like that's the best option right now. Off the bat. Alright. Keep it as it is for now, and you, my friend, are gonna... Ooh, what did you start with, by the way? You started with tough. It's a little bit weak on you specifically. Yeah, see, now if we had gotten a Mourngull Haunter that was tough, that would be a lot better, ironically. Oh well, we're gonna stack you guys to modify our gun line and make it a little bit better. Settlement upgrade available in the Galleon's Graveyard. I'll certainly take it, gotta get that growth going. And a similar sort of thing we want in the Awakening, although we need the Blood Swamps for that. Now, how many territories do you possess there, a Blessed Dread? Quite a few. And you're doing a fairly good job at killing the Lore Masters. I wonder if we can get the Lore Masters to like us. Oh wait, Cult of Sotek kinda likes us. Non-aggression pact, huh? Maybe we could even get us a trade agreement, but that's not going to happen this time. Yeah, and in fact, we're basically out of time here, unfortunately. I guess this is probably a decent stepping off point where we can call this episode. I will just build this growth building before I forget, but yeah. Anyway, I feel like this has been pretty fruitful. Next time, we'll probably try to take the entirety of the Vampire Coast. And, well, I mean, we'll spend 8 turns here, I guess, until we get Luthor Harkon back up and running. We might move north to the Temple of Tlencan just to destroy this faction before these guys declare war on us. At least, I mean, we don't really have anything to do here while we're at it anyway, so it's not going to matter, and our gun line is already maxed out, so who gives a damn? We can do whatever we please. I love the undead. It's so great to just have all of your units right back up. Wait, you guys hate us more than the Blessed Dread do? Well, that's ironic. But anyway, as I said, calling it here. Next time we move through, we do also have the benefit of the black powder buff for declaring war on the Awakening, so we might as well make this place home sweet home, or a home away from home, while with the Galleon's Graveyard. And as soon as Luthor Harkon is up and ready to take care of the Vampire Coast, we're going to obviously sail Mr. Noctilus out, maybe to annoy the Lizardmen, maybe up north to Ulthuan. There's plenty of places to go, well, we'll figure it out as we go. I mean, I guess we could go by the quests as well, because there will be more Declare War quests. Ooh, we should also sail somebody over to Harkon to get a trade agreement going as soon as possible. I gotta remember that. Hopefully I will remember next time. Somebody could remind me. That would also be great. Anyway, we'll see if that works out next time as well. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.